Some royal jewels are worth $10 million and look like something you'd win at a carnival. We're talking about pieces that required years to make, cost fortunes to own, and somehow still managed to look completely ridiculous. Today we're counting down the most expensive jewellery disasters in royal history. Pieces so visually confusing that even the people who wore them probably had doubts. The grand sapphire choker of Queen Alexandra is 200 stones crammed into a neckpiece that looks like you're being strangled by a very expensive belt. The central sapphire is the size of a plum, ringed by clusters so dense the metal disappears completely. It covers the entire neck from collarbone to jawline. Queen Alexandra wore this constantly because she had a surgical scar to hide, which is practical. But the solution was to turn her neck into a gemstone display case. The choker doesn't sit flat, it juts forward, creating this weird, rigid cylinder effect that makes her look locked in place. Even other royals at the time found it excessive. One duchess reportedly called it the fortress behind Alexandra's back. And she was right. This isn't jewellery, it's architectural. The Patiala necklace cost over $30 million in today's money and looks like someone melted down a chandelier and wore it. Nearly 3,000 diamonds arranged in 7 cascading rows, with a 234-carat yellow diamond hanging in the centre like a glowing doorknob. When worn, it covers everything from collarbone to sternum. The Maharaja specifically requested the largest necklace ever made. He succeeded. He also created something physically uncomfortable to wear. The centre stone alone weighs 2 ounces and pulls the entire piece forward and down. Here's the thing, your eye never makes it to the person's face. You're just staring at this diamond avalanche, wondering how their neck supports it. It's impressive the way a structural engineering failure is impressive. The Barberini Emerald tiara features 17 massive emeralds that are all different sizes, different cuts, and slightly different shades of green. It looks like someone raided a gemstone warehouse and glued everything to a headband without checking if any of it matched. This was intentional. In the 1850s, mismatched stones proved you were rich enough to own emeralds from multiple sources. Matching was boring. It meant you'd bought everything from one dealer. But the diamonds surrounding each emerald make it worse. They're arranged in these lacy, florid patterns that fight each other for attention. Nothing sits still visually. It's chaotic in a way that reads less like sophisticated variety and more like, I couldn't make decisions, so I included everything. One fashion historian called it aggressively uncoordinated, which is possibly the politest roast in academic history. The Order of the Golden Fleece collar weighs 4 pounds and is made of connected golden rams, flintstones, and fire symbols. When Spanish royals wear it, they're essentially draping chainmail across their chest that clinks with every movement. Each ram is rendered in meticulous detail, individual wool curls, tiny horns, the works. Which means you're wearing a livestock convention around your neck. The symbolism is medieval chivalry. The visual effect is medieval fare. The weight was supposed to remind you of the burden of duty. Instead, it reminds you that symbolism and aesthetics are not the same thing. You can honour tradition without wearing 4 pounds of golden sheep. But apparently, nobody told them that. The Cambridge Emerald parure is a matching set. Tiara, necklace, earrings, brooch, each piece loaded with cabochon emeralds the size of grapes. The tiara adds 6 inches of height via emerald spikes. The necklace features a centre stone so large it tips forward. Wearing the full set makes you look like a gemstone chandelier. Queen Mary assembled this in the 1920s and specifically requested the emerald stay unpolished. Faceting was considered flashy and new. Cabochons were dignified and ancient. The problem is that cabochon emeralds this large don't sparkle, they absorb light. You get these dark green masses that feel heavy and dull. And wearing all 4 pieces simultaneously looks genuinely painful, like you're being crushed under inherited wealth. The parure sold at auction in 2018. It did not meet its reserve price. Even billionaires thought it was too much. The Chaumet Josephine tiara is diamond wheat, 10 inches tall, 800 individual diamond elements, each grain of wheat rendered in tiny pavé stones. It's rigid, top-heavy, and reportedly causes headaches within an hour of wearing it. Empress Josephine wanted wheat to symbolise France's prosperity under Napoleon. What she got was a literal interpretation of agriculture as headwear. It's clever in the way a pun is clever. You get it immediately and then wish you didn't. Reveal image. The extreme height makes balancing difficult. The density of tiny diamonds creates visual noise instead of sparkle, and the whole thing feels like it's trying too hard to be meaningful. Sometimes a tiara can just be a tiara. It doesn't need to represent grain output. The Bourbon Parma sapphire and diamond tiara looks like someone tried to build a miniature Gothic cathedral on a headband. Sapphire pillars connected by diamond arches, adding 8 inches of height. Each sapphire is a different shade of blue, some pale, some navy, some almost purple. This was peak 1850s royal competition. Who can make the tallest, most architecturally complex headpiece? The mixed sapphire shades were a flex, proof you owned so many sapphires you didn't need them to match. Modern viewers see a small building on someone's head. The Gothic arch is read as costume jewellery. The mismatched stones look like assembly errors, and the whole thing appears structurally unsound, which it probably was. The Russian Imperial pearl drop earrings each contain a pearl the size of a quail egg suspended from 2 inches of diamond snowflakes. The pearls hang to mid-neck. When you move your head, they swing and bounce like pendulums. The 1880s loved massive pearls because they couldn't be manufactured, only found. Rarer than diamonds, more valuable, more impressive. The extended diamond tops were added purely to make the earrings even longer because apparently statement piece wasn't enough. They needed statement chandelier. The result visibly pulls on the earlobes. The constant swaying is distracting. The snowflake tops and smooth pearls look like they belong to completely different pieces of jewellery. And the sheer length makes the wearer's head look weirdly small by comparison. They're jewellery that draws attention to itself instead of the person wearing it, which defeats the entire purpose of personal adornment. The royal garter is technically an anklet. It sits just below the knee, mostly hidden under formal robes. It's also covered in diamonds, rubies, and hand-painted enamel roses. The centerpiece ruby is thumbnail-sized. The craftsmanship required a magnifying glass to execute. You're looking at hundreds of hours of work and millions in gemstones for something that's barely visible. The logic was that true nobility didn't need to show off. Quality existed whether anyone saw it or not, which sounds noble until you realise it's just conspicuous consumption with extra steps. Why cover a hidden anklet in museum-quality gems? Modern taste wants jewellery to be seen and appreciated, not buried under fabric as a weird flex to yourself. It's the most expensive, you had to be there, in royal history. The Nizam of Hyderabad ceremonial necklace contains 400 diamonds, 200 pearls, and 38 emeralds arranged in 7 cascading tiers. The centerpiece is a table-cut diamond, the size of a domino. The total weight exceeds 5 pounds and requires a support structure under your clothing to prevent you from tipping forward. The Nizam commissioned this in the 1930s, specifically to create the largest royal necklace in existence. Mission accomplished. He also created something that looks like you're wearing someone else's entire jewellery collection simultaneously. Each tier competes for attention. Nothing harmonises. The craftsmanship is extraordinary. Every stone perfectly set, every tier balanced. But the conception is absurd. It's the logical endpoint of, if jewellery shows wealth, then more jewellery shows more wealth. Nobody since has tried to top it, which tells you something about whether it was actually a good idea. These pieces cost millions, required years to create, and were worn by some of the most powerful people in history. And they look ridiculous. Not because the craftsmanship failed, the execution is flawless. They look ridiculous because excess was the entire point, and excess ages poorly. We live in a world now where restraint often signals sophistication, and where too much is absolutely a concept that applies to everyone. Which makes you wonder how confident we should be that our taste will age any better than theirs did.